The Galactic Council had made their decision. After 3 centuries of humanity's unprecedented expansion across the stars, something had to be done. Humans were too aggressive, too unpredictable, too dangerous. They colonized worlds others deemed uninhabitable. They befriended species that should have been their natural enemies. Worst of all, they laughed in the face of cosmic horrors that sent other species fleeing in terror. "We will send the Zarthun," announced Ambassador Kelthra, their crystalline form pulsing with conviction. "One specimen, it will demonstrate to the humans that they are not the apex predators they believe themselves to be." The chamber fell silent. Even mentioning the Zarthun was enough to trigger primal fear in most council members. Native to the death world of Krell 9, where gravity crushed bones and the atmosphere could dissolve unprotected flesh, the Zarthun were evolution's perfect killing machines. 8 feet of scaled muscle, 6 razor-talon limbs, sensory organs that detected prey across multiple spectrums, and an intelligence that rivaled the galaxy's finest strategic minds. They had never been defeated in combat. Never. Lila Grant was having a perfectly ordinary Saturday morning in her suburban home outside Portland. She just finished her coffee and was scrolling through her tablet when every screen in her house flickered to the same message. "Attention, citizen of Earth. Your species has been selected for correction. A Zarthun has been deployed to your location. Do not resist. Acceptance of your inadequacy will result in minimal casualties." "What the hell?" Lila muttered, walking to her window. The sky had darkened, and a sleek alien craft descended onto her front lawn with barely a whisper. Its ramp extended, and something emerged that made Lila's breath catch in her throat. The creature was magnificent and terrifying in equal measure. Its scales shimmered like oil on water, shifting through colors that shouldn't exist. Multiple eyes tracked in different directions, and when it opened its mouth, rows of crystalline teeth caught the morning light. It moved with liquid grace despite its size, each step calculated and purposeful. Lila did what any reasonable person would do. She locked her door and called 911. The Zarthun, whose designation was Zarthun Prime 774, but who had earned the honor name in its own language that roughly translated to "the ending of resistance," assessed its target zone, a dwelling structure, primitive but functional. It detected one human life sign inside. This would be simple. The human would see it, understand the futility of their species' arrogance, and the message would spread across their planetary networks. The Galactic Council's dominance would be re-established without excessive bloodshed. The Zarthun approached the dwelling's entrance, preparing to demonstrate why it had never known defeat in 17 planetary pacifications. That's when it encountered Mr. Pebbles. The house cat had been napping on the porch, a tubby orange tabby with a white patch on his chest and absolutely zero awareness of galactic politics. What Mr. Pebbles did have was a firmly established territory that included this porch, this yard, and the 3 neighboring yards where he occasionally condescended to accept treats. The Zarthun's advanced sensory organs detected the small quadruped. Threat assessment, negligible. Mass, approximately 4 kilograms. No visible weapons, no cybernetic enhancements. Likely a domesticated prey animal. Mr. Pebbles opened one eye, saw something in his territory, and made an executive decision. The cat's back arched, his fur puffed out, doubling his apparent size. A sound emerged from his throat that started as a growl and escalated into a demonic hiss that seemed impossibly loud for such a small creature. The Zarthun paused. Its threat assessment algorithms recalculated. The creature's aggressive display suggested a defensive posture, but the confidence behind it indicated, "What? Hidden weapons? Concealed allies?" Mr. Pebbles charged. What happened next would be analyzed by xenobiologists for the next 50 years. The Zarthun, an apex predator that had faced down armored war beasts and won, found itself completely unprepared for the sheer audacity of a 10-pound house cat. Mr. Pebbles executed a textbook attack pattern that his ancestors had perfected over millions of years. He went low, then high, claws extended, moving with a speed that the Zarthun's predictive combat algorithms hadn't accounted for because they were calibrated for threats of significant mass. The Zarthun's scales, which could deflect plasma rounds, proved less effective against tiny, needle-sharp claws that found gaps in its armor. It swatted at the cat with one massive talon, but Mr. Pebbles was already elsewhere, having executed a mid-air twist that would have made an Olympic gymnast weep. Inside the house, Lila watched through her window in the stunned disbelief as her cat, her lazy, overweight 12-year-old cat who spent most of his time demanding food and napping, absolutely destroyed an 8-foot alien killing machine. The Zarthun, for the first time in its existence, experienced something new: uncertainty. This tiny creature fought with no regard for its own safety, with tactics that made no logical sense, and with an intensity that suggested it considered the Zarthun not a superior predator, but an annoyance. Mr. Pebbles landed one final swipe across the alien sensory cluster, then sat down, licked his paw, and stared at the Zarthun with the profound disdain that only a cat can achieve. The alien predator retreated to its ship. The Galactic Council received the Zarthun's report in silence. Defeated? Kelther's voice cracked with disbelief. Not defeated, the Zarthun corrected, its honor wounded. Strategic withdrawal. The humans have weaponized insanity itself. They keep small, furious death dealers in their homes, as companions. They feed them and provide them shelter, and in return these creatures tolerate their presence while maintaining absolute territorial dominance. The council chambers erupted in chaos. If this is their pet, one ambassador whispered, what are the humans themselves capable of? Lila Grant received a formal apology from the Galactic Council 3 days later, along with an invitation to join as Earth's representative. She accepted on one condition: Mr. Pebbles would accompany her as her official security detail. The council agreed immediately. Some battles they had learned were better won through diplomacy. Mr. Pebbles, for his part, remained unimpressed with the entire affair and demanded extra treats for his trouble.